Welcome back, CATatoes, to my channel for a new episode of the K-Drama Legacy Generation 1 Fisherman's Daughter, Episode 6. So first, it's time to review the new characters that we met in the last episode. First up is Kang Dae-gwan. He was the third blind date that Yoonah's mother set her up on. A very sweet guy, but far too shy for her liking. We also officially met her mysterious savior from the alley and found out that his name is Hyung-sik Park. And this guy is constantly making her heart beat out of her chest, and she's just feeling super nervous around him. Now in recap, Yoonah met with Kang Dae-gwan at the Sandbar restaurant, but while there, she ended up meeting Hyung-sik Park at the bar, and after the date, she went to work and actually got promoted to a mixologist, which is really exciting. And then she also spent the night over at Min's house so they could chat it up about everything that's been going on. Min wanted all the details about her blind date, as well as her run-in with Hyung-sik at the restaurant, and that is where it leads us to the start of today's episode. The sun was shining, the sky was blue, seagulls called throughout the air, waves crashed along the shore, and the sand was hot. It was the perfect day, and would have been a shame to waste it. Min, myself, and Do-hwan had headed to the beach to make the most of it. Min had recently started a job at a local fashion boutique in town, and wanted to celebrate her first successful week by doing absolutely nothing at all. I had already decided to take the day off, so it worked out perfectly. Originally, it was going to be just the two of us, but as soon as Do-hwan found out, he begged me to let him come along. That's how all three of us ended up here. I took a deep breath, taking in the smells, the sounds, and the feel of the warm sun on my skin. It had been a while since I just laid on the beach like this, and I had to admit, it was far more relaxing than I'd remembered. Do-hwan was constantly coming out of the water, running over to us, telling us to jump in and swim with him. Every time, Min just turned him down, telling him he was blocking her sun. I had to keep my laugh in. After all, it was obvious they were both into each other, but in different ways, and neither of them could see it themselves. Especially Min. She was oblivious to her own feelings most of the time when it came to relationships. All was calm, except for the seagulls and other beachgoers, when out of nowhere I heard Min say, "Who in all of Sulani is that?" I opened my eyes and gazed over at her in curiosity. She was sitting up and staring at someone. I followed her gaze to see what she was talking about. My jaw dropped. There he was, Hyung-sik Park, my savior from the alley and fellow bargoer. He looked, well, let's just say I wasn't quite prepared to see him wearing a swimsuit. I could feel my heartbeat getting faster. His arms, his legs, his abs, those blue eyes like the ocean itself, and honestly, just everything about him. Min looked over at me exclaiming, "Isn't that guy like crazy hot? Girl, look at him. That's the body of a Greek god if I ever saw one." She quickly went right back to staring. I let out a small laugh and glanced back over at him, only to realize our eyes had met. A small smile crept on his face. I felt my heart jump into my throat when I saw him turn and start walking towards us. I quickly looked at Min to see her gazing at him intensely, curious to see what he was doing. Her jaw dropped when he stopped right in front of us. "Hey, Yoonah, you, right?" Min immediately turned to look at me, shock written all over her face. I stood up, laughing nervously. "Oh, yeah, that's me. You remembered my name." He smiled. "So, do you still remember mine?" There was silence for a few seconds. I could tell he was eagerly awaiting my response. I nodded my head. "Of course, Hyung-sik Park. How could I forget after you helped me?" Don't worry about that. Just did what anyone else would. So, who's your friend?" He finally tilted his head towards me, who had eyes burning into both of us. "Oh, sorry. This is my best friend, Min. We grew up together." Min immediately stuck her hand out for a handshake and smiled. "Yes, indeed we did. I've known this girl for a long time. I can tell you anything you want to know." She started laughing hysterically. I could feel my ears turning red out of embarrassment. "Nice to meet you." He let out a little laugh and glanced my way. Just then I saw Do-hwan stomping out of the water right towards us. He stopped and stared at Hyung-sik with his arms crossed, looking agitated. "You need something? Is there a reason you're disturbing the ladies?" Of course. Do-hwan had come over out of a jealous rage. I knew I needed to mitigate the situation. "He's not bothering us at all, Do-hwan. This is Hyung-sik Park. He's the one that helped me out in the alley." I threw a glare his way, trying to tell him to calm down. A look of comprehension came across his face. I could see relief flood over him. He immediately turned towards Hyung-sik. "Oh, sorry man, my mistake. My name's Do-hwan. Now, why don't the two of us go over here and let the girls be?" With that, he wrapped his arm around Hyung-sik's neck and started dragging him in the opposite direction. I could feel disappointment setting in, as I had hoped to talk with him more. My thoughts were interrupted as Min broke the silence. "Excuse me, Miss Yu, but you've got some explaining to do. You told me the guy was cute, but you didn't say he was like handsome, model level cute." I knew Min wouldn't let me drop it and found myself wishing I could be dragged away by Do-hwan too, or the ocean. Either one would suffice at the moment. Yoonah and Min are out here taking a dip while the boys went off to do whatever. She's not sure where Do-hwan was taking Hyun-sik off to, but she is just still blown away that she ran into him here at the beach, and Min cannot stop talking to her about it. She's like, "Girl, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this." She's like, "I'm so excited for you." She's like, "Min, like I don't even know if anything's gonna happen from this. Like I barely know the guy. Like I just met him and found out his name the other day, so don't make too much out of it." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, girl." But she can't help herself because Min, she is kind of like a secret hopeless romantic. She loves getting all up in people's relationships, especially when it's like one of her besties. Oh my gosh, Do-hwan is back. Of course he is. He's coming back over to Min to hang out with her. Oh my gosh, that is not surprising. Where did Hyung-sik go? Like, where did that boy disappear off to? Hyung-sik, where did you go? He ran away. Oh no. But, oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Oh my goodness. There he is. Okay, girl, you need to come on over here and chat with him some more. We need to get to know this boy, find out what his interests are, and see what other information we can find out. Also, sorry if my game seems like laggy for some reason. It was totally fine when I first got in here. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Oh, looks like our girl had to get herself a snack, so she is racing on over here to chat with Hyung-sik. She's like, "Hey, what did you and Do-hwan go and talk about?" He's like, "Oh, you know, just regular guy stuff. He was just chatting with me about everything on the island, fun things to do, what he likes to do, you know, those kinds of things." And oh my gosh, look at all these girls. I swear, they're all just like flocking over here because they saw Hyung-sik and they just think he is so cute, which I mean, can I blame them? I think he's pretty cute too. But girl, okay, we need to get to know him, not this girl. Go away, girl. Like, just go away. Can I just send her away? I want her to go away. Okay, what did we find out? He's outgoing. Okay, well, that's not surprising. He did seem to get, or at least to chat with us pretty easy. Can I add him to my group? Let's add him to our group. Yes, you are a part of our group. You're not going anywhere. You're going to be staying right here with us. Let's ask him about his day, see how he's doing. Oh, she is going to have a water balloon fight. Who are you fighting with, girl? Who are you fighting with? Where is Min? Min, where'd you go? She's still out here with Do-hwan. They've just been swimming. But I think Yoonah is going to be like, "Hey, Do-hwan, Min, do you guys want to go to the cafe?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." And of course, Do-hwan's like, "Is my new friend coming?" And she's like, "You mean Hyung-sik?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "You guys are friends now?" He's like, "Of course we are. That bro code, you know, we just get along." And girl, why you suddenly got hairy legs? Oh my gosh. I swear, I have turned off to not enable hair growth multiple times and it's still doing this. Girl, like, you can't be embarrassing yourself with this. We gotta go and cast and take care of this before Hyung-sik sees these legs, even though he probably already did. Okay, I'm back and her legs are clean shaven. Oh my gosh, girl, you just whacked your bestie right in the face. Min. Oh my gosh, you didn't even attempt to avoid that one. I mean, at least she laughed about it because honestly, I would be really PO'd if somebody smacked me right in the face with a big old water balloon. Would not be my thing. Is she gonna hit us back? Is she gonna... Oh, you totally missed, Min. Okay. But I have to be honest, like, this water balloon fight is like one of the lamest fights. Like, I wish they would like run around like mad. And because was it in The Sims 1, I think, where they had like a really good snowball fight, like, and they actually had little walls that they would hide behind. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and have them watch fires out. They guess the fire's over. Could have been worse. What fire? Is there a fire? I don't remember. Was there a fire in the last episode? I don't know. It's been a little bit. So, okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and travel with our crew and head on over to the cafe. Everyone has arrived outside of the cafe. They are all changed back into their regular everyday wear. Of course, we don't have anyone here bartending anything yet. What a surprise. Oh my gosh. But look, the guys are over here chatting. They look like they're having a good conversation. Do-hwan's like, remember what I told you? Min is mine. And here comes Min. She's like, Do-hwan, like, oh my gosh, why are you hogging Hyung-sik? We should all be hanging out and having just a great time together. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And oh my goodness, girl, don't be sitting by yourself. Oh, look, he's got to do some sit-ups trying to impress. Okay, well, let's discuss more of his interests. We're going to just try to chat it up with him while we're here, while we wait to see if we can get anyone to come and start working. You know, that would be great. But okay, here they are. Get to work. Yoonah, or whatever your name was. I didn't really look at it moved too fast. But girl, don't talk all the way from over there. But I mean, he seems like he's happy. The conversation is good. Let's talk about cooking because we really like cooking. And let's see, can we like deep thoughts? I feel like it's a little too early to do any deep thoughts. We can compliment his outfit. She's like, oh yeah, your outfit looks really nice. I like the color blue. I wear blue a lot. And look, oh my gosh, Do-hwan, like, stop being such a creeper. You're just sitting here watching it. Dude, go work. Where'd you go? The barista just disappeared. You showed up to work and then you left. He was like, there's no customers. Guess I don't need to be here. Oh, okay. So Paul, thanks, Paul Redborn. Get on in here so we can get our drinks. Everybody's been waiting for like an hour for somebody to show up. You were so late to your shift. That guy, maybe he had an emergency and I'm just being hard on him. So they had to have a whole system change there. Okay, everybody's good, hanging out. Let's see if we can order drinks for here. Can we order it for everybody? I guess not. Oh, goodness. We'll just do a cafe latte. I don't know the difference between them. I think I've told you guys before, I'm not a coffee person. I like the way it smells, but it's not my thing. And so I don't know anything about the difference between any type of coffees. If you tell me the difference between a mocha, an Americano, latte. Lattes are cold, right? I don't know. Something. Or that's frappes, right? Frappes are cold. Who even knows? I don't know. But she's like, I'll take one drink, please. So he's like, you got it, ma'am. So she's just trying to make conversation. But look at her. You see how happy she looks? She's like, I think, feeling so giddy. She just doesn't know what to do with herself. She can't believe this guy is here near her. And so, Min and Do-hwan are out here having a conversation. Where did our boy go? Oh. He's taking a seat right here. They are all coming here outside of the cafe to sit and chat a bit, just see how everyone's doing. Let's see if we can have Hyung-sik come and join us. Just talk about, she's going to complain a little bit about, we'll just vent. She's just like, he's like, so how'd things go with the rest of that blind date? She's like, my mom, she was so aggravating with everything. She just wouldn't drop it. And she's like, give him a chance. And I'm just not interested. He was so shy. He wasn't even able to talk to me. And he's like, I get it. Don't stress out about it. I mean, it's really, at the end of the day, it's still not up to your mom. She's like, yeah, you're right. But I've got to head to work here soon. But I've really enjoyed getting to chat with you. I've really enjoyed it. It's been great. And he's like, yeah, me too. Would you want to go out to dinner sometime at the Sandbar or something with me? Where we ran into each other. She's like, that would be great. And Do-hwan's like, what you talking about? And she's like, oh my gosh, Do-hwan, why did you have to interrupt it? I didn't even get his number. And he's like, look, girl, don't even worry. He actually already asked for your number from me, so I already gave it to him. And she's like, are you serious, Do-hwan? Oh my gosh, like, why? And he's like, well, didn't you want that? He's like, oh my gosh, girls, I just don't get them. Which, she did, but she kind of wishes that he was able to ask her. Do you see that big smile he just did when she walked past him? She's like, I gotta pee. I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. Look at him. He's even cleaning up. And girl, what is going on with your makeup? You got that's a very bold look. And this girl's running around freaking out. Do-hwan, he's just feeling flirty and doing whatever. And then look, he's just being a little cleaning machine. And where did our girl go? She is using the bathroom, right? All right, it is time for her to head off to work. So we are going to head that way, and then I will see you guys later on. We are out here with Hanul, which is Yoonah's little sister. And look, guys, she is over here at the beach with Colt. And I'm not sure what's going on there, but she is just hanging out with him. So we're going to go ahead and let her, have a little bit of a conversation. I feel like she would totally gossip about other Sims. She's going to ask about someone. She's going to talk about Do-hwan, which is probably going to set him off because he doesn't really care for Do-hwan much. But we're going to have to just see what goes on there. But, oh, there he goes. She's like, hey, so it's good to see you. My sister's friends with this Do-hwan guy and all of that. And look, he's bored in the conversation. He's like, oh, yeah, Do-hwan. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's so cool. But look, he's like, no, stay away from him. I don't like him. We've got some issues, blah, blah, and all of this. And he's like, besides, who's your sister? And she's like, don't worry about it. She doesn't want to get her sister involved in anything. But, they are having an argument. Look, he's just like giving her such a hard time, yelling at her all because she asked about Do-hwan. Oh my goodness. So maybe things aren't what she thought they were. I feel like she thinks he's cute and is into him, but he is a young adult and she's still a teen. So obviously they can't have anything happen. But, oh, look, she like kind of flirted with him. But they were having an offensive conversation. But hopefully it won't be too bad. So every time she tries to talk and kind of like flatter him, he just like yells at her. But I think, oh my gosh, Hanul, please don't tell me you're one of those girls. He has a sinister personality. Of course he does. They're always up to no good, trying to achieve their goals no matter the consequences. He is self-assured, which that isn't surprising, but she's like, I better get out of here. I'm going to go for a swim. See you around. Because I think she thinks he's really cute and she kind of likes that whole bad boy demeanor, but she has no idea how to make someone like that even interested in her. Plus she knows her parents would kill her, but part of her likes that because she's rebellious. So, oh my gosh. And there's her dad. Of course, there he is. Just over there snorkeling, doing his thing. He like pops up, sees his daughter like talking to some thug looking guy, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna stay out of it. I'm still nearby, so nothing bad happened. I saw him yell at her, but she yelled back at him for a minute. I think they're all right. And so, it's okay. He was nearby. If something really went down, he would have gone to his daughter's defense. I just came back to see what Soya was over here doing. Soya and apparently Colt has come into our house. I think we should have her come over here and introduce herself to him. So that we can see what's going on. I don't know why he just came on in. Maybe he had to use the bathroom and Hanul told him to go to her house. She's like, hi, who are you? He's like, my name's Colt. I'm friends with I guess I'm acquaintances with your daughter. She's like, well, which one? He's like, Hanul. But look, untrustworthy Sim. So I just met Colt and yet cannot shake the impression that they are up to no good. Better keep both eyes open. I would fully believe that. She's like, well, I'm going to have to ask you to leave if you could. And he's like, I'm happy to. So, yeah, we're going to have to do that. And oh my gosh, see, now she's got arm hair growing. I swear. So I just had this pop up. Mua Palam is improving. Conservation efforts are allowing Mua Palam to flourish. Flowers are blooming, coral reefs are growing, and fish are coming back. Not all is going swimmingly, though. Pesky seagulls have come to take advantage of the local wildlife, and the allure of the beautiful island has attracted more troublemakers. Keep it up. Mua Palam needs more care. I haven't even really been trying to do anything conservation-wise, so yeah. Jinhae and Hanul are both on their way home, and guys, I have to say though, I think it's so funny that Jinhae, he keeps wanting to talk to Do-hwan. I feel like he just loves him and his carefree attitude, like he wishes like that he was the son he never had, in a way. And then Hanul, she should be here soon. She's got a lot that she needs to take care of because she has not been feeling super well, but Hanul is amazed and inspired by an everyday hero who saved her life. I forget, did someone save her life? There was a fire, wasn't there, in the last episode? I feel like there was. But yeah, she did have an aggravating conversation with Colt. So I did want to see what the profiles thing says. So we know he's evil and self-assured. They have good compatibility, but she is feeling hurt because of how he just kept yelling at her, which that honestly isn't surprising. Good morning, everyone. Yoonah has had a little bit of a rough night last night. She got home around like 3 a.m. instead of 2 a.m. They had some issues. There was a fight that broke out where she works at the bar, and so she had to help clean up a bunch of broken glass and whatnot. So she was kind of having a rough night. And then her dad, he messed up himself. He was so tired he didn't realize that he shaved off all of his facial hair. That's right, look. So he is all clean shaven, looking like he's like 6 or 7 years younger, and so what? She's not too mad about it. She's like, oh, well, it reminds me of our younger days. But we have average out. Hanyul's last math test was not her best work. She got a so-so grade, which could really bring down her average. Should she ask to do some extra credit or just try hard to get a perfect grade next time? She is not going to do extra credit. She's just going to work harder, and her performance gain is small. Hanyul studies and practices like mad and greatly improves her grade on today's test. It turns out her reward was directly proportional to her effort. So she did do good, thank goodness, because we all know Soa would have been on her. And it looks like Yoonah has actually just gotten a text message from Hyung-sik asking if she wanted to go out to dinner tonight at the Sandbar and to meet at 5 o'clock. So she's told him that, yeah, for sure she will. And so her dad is just coming out here to see how she's doing. They haven't really chatted for a bit, and he's like, hey, we need to go fishing this week. She's like, of course, Dad, we'll definitely do that. I'm sorry. I just had so much going on with this new job, which, he gets it. He doesn't blame his daughter at all. He knows how excited she is, and he's like, how was your progress in coming along with, getting to having your own possible restaurant and everything? She's like, well, I'm definitely learning the ropes of the business. My boss has been amazing with teaching me a lot, so they're trying to help me move up as much as they can. Yoonah is studying a bit of mixology. Her book, for some reason, is glitching. So she's, oh my gosh, yeah, there's like a book here and then a book in her hand. I don't know what's going on there, but we should be able to max out this skill, and then hopefully we'll be able to get her promoted. I didn't realize, though, that she has work at 6 p.m. So you know what? I think I'm going to have her take the day off because she does have 4 days of vacation. So yes, we have reached level 3. So she has learned the Ridgeport recipe, which is fantastic. So once we get her performance up, we should be able to get that promotion going. But we'll go ahead and ask for to take a vacation day. That way it's not going to be a problem. So it looks like our bestie Min has come over to chat with us. There is our dad. Hanyul got home from school. She still is a B student currently, and we do need to pay our bills. How much are they? Let's see. Oh, make you friends. I really want to be friends with someone, but they don't seem to really want to be friends with me. How can I make them my friend? So if she is asking her dad, he'd probably be like, you can't force a friendship, honey. So I would totally believe that. So we do need to, how much were our bills? I was trying to look at that. Oh my gosh, 1,800 simoleons. We don't have enough. Is there something that I can sell? Let's see. We have a tiny globe. Can I just sell that for 230 simoleons? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now Chinhei is going to pay the bills. They kind of do live check to check here because the dad is the only one really that works. But Yoonah does bring in some money, which helps to contribute, so they're always doing a little bit there. But she is telling Min right now, she's like, Min, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this, but you know Hyun-sik? She's like, of course I do. How could I forget such a Greek god looking figure? And she's like, oh my gosh, Min, stop exaggerating. She's like, well, he sent me a text because Do-hwan apparently gave him my phone number, and he's invited me to go out to dinner with him. She's like, just the two of you? Where? She's like, over at the Sandbar. She's like, oh my gosh, can I come with? And she's like, of course not. Min, don't do that. I know, I wouldn't do that to you, girl. Don't worry about it, but you better tell me everything. I want to know how it goes. So is this like a date? And Yoonah, honestly, she's not really sure. She's like, I don't think so, but I think he just wants to hang out. He said he wants to find out a little bit more about the island and whatnot. So it sounds like he's not from around here. So we'll have to find out. I'll let you know. And so Min is like, yeah, girl, you better. She's like, I'm going to eat myself a quick snack and I'm going to head on out to meet up with him. We have just arrived outside of the Sandbar restaurant, and Hyung-sik was already waiting for us, and look how cute he looks. And he remembered yesterday that she told him that she likes the color blue, and look at him. He's wearing like almost the same color. It's almost like they're in a couple's outfit without really meaning to. OMG, they are killing me. I'm loving this. I'm obsessed. So anyways, I need to calm myself down. So we're going to come in here and, well, I think let's pick our table. Where should we sit today? I think it would be great if we sat... Is there anything? We sat up here last time, but I want to sit outside. I think that would be really nice. So let's see if we can request this table. I know there's 4 chairs, but I think that works out really well. So where is our girl? There she is. Oh my gosh, he's doing push-ups. Of course he is. Stop trying to impress her. Oh my gosh. Like, come on, boy. Come on. Like, she just can't handle the thought of turning her back and not looking at this handsome mug. Okay, for some reason she was like glitching and not requesting that table, so I just had her come to request any table, and boy, why are you changing out of your outfit? So it looks like this is our table right here, which is still a great view. Table for 2. He's already looking at the menu, starving himself. You know, he's came really hungry. And she's like, hey, so are you ready to go ahead and order? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Hyung-sik has dared, okay, guys, dared Yoonah to do this sour punch. He wants to see if she can handle it, so they are both doing it. And so, you know, she couldn't just say no. He was like, come on, come on. So they're both getting sour punches, and he's getting this lobster roll, and she's getting this tiger shrimp and smoked dewdrop broth. And oh my gosh, I just realized we only have 37 simoleons. I can't order it. Oh my gosh. Am I going to have to go cheaper? I'm going to have to go cheaper, aren't I? I just realized that because of that, I can't order anything. So let me see. Can we sell these coconuts? Will that do anything? Can I sell this volume 1 book so that we can order? Okay, I think that is enough. So let's go ahead and order. We're going to have like no simoleons left after this. Okay, so they've got their sour punches. Wow, the sour punch is so expensive. But it's okay. We are going to make it. We're going to make this work, right? 78 and oh my goodness. Oh, it's still 107 simoleons. Okay, girl. Okay. So let's see that one. Oh, because his lobster is $24. Okay, we're going to have to get something totally different because, whoa, that is a price I can't do. So island vegetable feast. We could do the pho. Is there anything good over here? Look, taquitos. That's funny. I guess we can just do oh my gosh, now I'm having like a mind blank. We'll have her do the pho, and then he's gonna get this artesian fish trio, be fancy. Just something different. Okay, so everybody has something now, right? Okay, they do. Okay, that was stressful, but at least we've ordered it now. So it looks like they're having a pretty good conversation. Their friendship line has gone up quite a bit, so I'm really, really happy about that. So she's going to enthuse about her interests. She just learned that he is active, which that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the boy's in really good shape, let's all be honest. So she's going to tell him an outrageous story, and she's like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe this, and just telling him about some things that happened at work. And he's like, so you're a mixologist, huh? And she's like, yeah, at the moment, but you know, I really want to never mind. It's silly. And he's like, what do you mean it's silly? And she's like, well, it's just kind of what my ultimate goal is. And he's like, well, you know, I'd really love to hear what your goal is. What is it that you want to do? And she's like, I really want to own a restaurant one day somewhere here on the island. He's like, why is that silly? I think that's a great goal to have. And oh, and he's a child of the ocean. So that means that he really likes water. He likes swimming. And she's like, well, you think so? He's like, yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I don't know why you'd be embarrassed about that. She's like, well, my mom doesn't want me to do that. She would rather me just stay home, get married, and have kids and everything. He's like, well, you know, well, there's nothing wrong with that. He's like, but you know, you got to do what you want to do. She's like, yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So she's really glad to have someone that is wanting to, you know, that thinks her dream or her goal isn't silly or selfish. And oh, here comes their food. So it looks like it is here already. So, ooh-wee, it is looking good. Look at those sour punches. We're going to have to see how those go. So anyways, Yoonah's like, well, that's enough about me. What about you? I've never seen you around before. He's like, yeah, I'm actually from out of town. Oh, really? Like, where out of town? Well, I came from a pretty big city, and, you know, I just wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of things in life. And she's like, oh, well, is there like a reason? Do you have like a big job or something in the city? And he's like, yeah, you could kind of say that. I, kind of wanted to get away from some family stuff I've got going on. And Yoonah doesn't really want to push that subject too much. She knows that, like, family issues can be a thing, and, like, people don't always want to talk about it. It looks like he's not too impressed with his food, which that's okay. And so she's like, oh, okay. She's going to respect his decision. And she's like, so is there something you're hoping to do on the island since you're just visiting? And he's like, I just want to experience the simple life, see how things are here. And she's like, the simple life, right? And she's not really quite sure what he means by that. Like, does he mean, like, it's just not as busy as the city, or poor or something? Like, she knows that the island, like, the people here don't make a ton of money. She guarantees he makes more than what her family probably makes. And she's taking her first steps in the culinary journey, so she's unlocked some recipes. But I mean, they are having a really good time. And he's like, there's things I've never really experienced. I love the ocean. I've always loved swimming, and I used to go to the ocean a lot when I was a kid. With my dad, and we had a really great time. My dad was the one who taught me how to swim and everything like that. And she's like, oh, that's awesome. So is there anything, like, do you do any water sports? Or he's like, well, I tried surfing for a bit, and it was pretty fun, but then we just stopped going and things like that. And my dad passed away, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it, happened a long time ago. But ever since then, we haven't really gone to the ocean too much, because I think it reminds my mom about my dad. And she's like, I see. So he's like, for me, it was kind of a nostalgic thing to want to come out here. And she's like, is there a particular reason you chose this island? And he's just like, well, this is actually the island that I used to go to with my dad. And she's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, is there, like, a particular spot? And he's like, I don't really remember. I think we kind of just went all over the place, because the island, it's still pretty big. And she's like, yeah, you are right. She's like, that's so amazing. And he's like, what about you? Have you always been here? She's like, yeah, I've lived here my whole life. And so I know a lot about this island. So let me know if there's anything you want to go do or see. I could definitely help you out. And how long are you going to be here for? He's like, I haven't really decided. I'm just kind of going by ear on a lot of things. And so Yoonah doesn't want to press that either, because number one, she's kind of like, okay, so you can just choose when you're going to go back. Like, you don't need to go back for work, and, like, you can just take a vacation as long as you want. So she doesn't know what any of that means, and she doesn't want to push it too much, because obviously she's just now getting to know him. So we're going to go ahead and end our meal, pay our 79 simoleons, and then I was thinking that we could have the two of them come over and go fishing somewhere, because there has to be somewhere they can do that, right? Can they ride a jet ski together? Wouldn't that be cute? I've never ridden a jet ski in The Sims, so I don't know what that looks like. But where can we go fish? Oh, I just found a spot. Perfect. So we are going to go fishing together. This will be romantic, a nice way to kind of end the night, even though she doesn't really know yet if it's a date. And oh my gosh, of course he just switched into a swimsuit, and so did she. Okay, I'm gonna put them back in their clothes once they actually get to their spot, because yeah. So here they are fishing. They're just getting their shoes a little bit wet. But he's like, so you must be really big into fishing if you suggested this. She's like, yeah, my dad is actually a fisherman here on the island. He's done this ever since I was a kid, so he's taught me for years. And he's like, oh, he looks like he's struggling a little bit. And she's kind of laughing at it. He's trying to act cool. And he's like, just seaweed, I thought for sure it was something. Look, she's over here catching actual fish, and he's just catching seaweed and boots and whatnot, which I think is hilarious. So that is really cute. But look at his little smirk looking at her, like, OMG, they are seriously so cute. Look at that smile. And so he's like, so what kind of fisherman? She's like, well, he does a lot of deep sea fishing. Sometimes he'll be gone for weeks on end for different types of fishing trips and everything. And he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So does everyone in your family fish? She's like, well, it's mostly been me. My little sister did it a bit, but she's not really into it. And my mom, it's not her thing at all. So it's really just something me and my dad do. He's like, that's great. You got something to do and bond with your dad. And she's like, yeah, definitely. And so he's asking about her little sister, and She's told him that, she's in high school. She's kind of a troublemaker for my mom. And so my mom gets a little frustrated with her. But, and he got seaweed again. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So she's like, I can definitely tell that this guy is from the city because he is not too good with this. He doesn't seem like a natural when it comes to it. But, that is okay. But look at this scene. The beautiful stars and the night sky. I mean, look at the way the trees look and the lights over here. The water. Oh my gosh. This is seriously so romantic and cute. Whether they want it to be that way or not, I don't even care. It's just how it's going to go. But it is super late. So Yoonah's like, I better head out. My mom's probably super worried about me and what's going on and wanting to know where I am. So I'd love to see you again, though. I've had a really great time. So thanks for everything. So he's like, definitely. Thanks for coming out tonight and letting me know a little bit more about the island and yourself. And she's like, yeah, of course. And so I'm going to see if she's going to give him a hug bye. I want to know if she's going to do it. Come on, girl. Don't be shy. And she's like, thanks. It was really great. He's like, yeah, for sure. I'll see you around. And so look, they just became good friends. So we better head on home. This girl needs to get some sleep and she's got to pee super bad. So I'm sorry. We're going to have to say goodbye. We'll see you later. Happy Tuesday morning, everyone. Yoonah got back super late and literally went straight to sleep. She was so exhausted, but man, she had a great dream. Thinking about Hyung-sik last night, she could not stop thinking about this boy. I mean, she thinks he is very, very attractive. We've learned he's a child of the ocean, so he'll prefer water-related activities. He's outgoing, he's active, and she thinks he's responsible. They're closer from happy memories, and he also thinks she's responsible. So they both have pretty good sentiments about one another. So I think that's going pretty well for both of them. And so Yoonah's just in here having some breakfast. Her sister took Baram out on a jog this morning, and her mom has been out here doing a little bit of yoga, but she needs to give the dog a bath. But she's going to come in here to chat with Yoonah for just a minute. She's got something to tell her. So she's going to come on in. Come on, Soa. There she is. Oh, he called a cowplant berry. That's new. She's like, hey, Yoonah, I thought I'd let you know that Do-hwan came over this morning, but your father called him and they are overfishing over at the port. And so she's like, seriously? She's like, yeah, he said he was looking for you, but your dad told him that you were still sleeping. And so Do-hwan was like, oh, and so your dad just told him to go fishing with him. So you'll probably want to catch up with him over there. So Yoonah's like, okay, great. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for letting me know. So I'm going to have her give the dog a bath. And then we're going to get Yoonah to come on after her dad. Let's see where her dad is. Yep, he's over here chatting it up with Do-hwan. Look at him. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. And Do-hwan, he's such a nice guy, really. So he's just going to go along with it, which I think is so funny. It's so cute. But we'll go ahead and have Yoonah go fishing along with them and see if we can get things going. Chin-hae's been giving him pointers. He's like, you're doing great, son. Keep it up. We're going to get you reeling in big fish in no time. And so Do-hwan's like, yeah, that sounds great. But, there goes Do-hwan. We need to stop fishing. Let's grab Do-hwan. Don't you run off, boy. Don't you run off. Okay, I need to do actions. Can I not do actions? Okay, more choices. Let's call him over because I don't want him to go away. Do-hwan, come back. We know that you need to talk to us. And Chin-hae's like, oh, okay. Well, you kids have fun. So she's like, yeah, Dad, we will. Okay, now let's add him to our group and let's have them wait here together while they have a little chitty chat. She's like, so, okay, talk to me, Do-hwan. What's going on? What did you need to talk to me about? He's like, well, okay, Yoonah, you know my whole situation with Colt, right? And she's like, yeah. He's like, well, I've been working super hard and I've managed to save up half of what I owe him. And she's like, really? That's great. And he's like, yeah, so I want to go ahead and give that to him and let him know I'm working on the last half of it. But I was wondering if you would come with me because I feel like he's less likely to make a scene when there's witnesses. And she's like, witnesses? You think he's going to do something that bad? He's like, well, you just never know with Colt, okay? He's kind of an unexpected guy. And, I wouldn't mind it if you brought your new friend. And she's like, my new friend? He starts winking at her, and he's like, Hyung-sik? And she's like, oh, even though he doesn't know anything about your situation? Are you sure? He's like, well, it'd probably be best to have another guy with us, just in case Colt decides it's fine having you there since you ran into him and whatnot. So she's like, I guess you're right. He's like, just don't tell Min about this. I just want it to be the three of us. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll ask Hyung-sik if he's available, but I can't, there's no guarantees. And he's like, I know, just please for me. Look at him. What is he doing? I don't think I've ever had my sim just randomly do a backflip like that. Oh my gosh, of course Min wants to come over now. It's like she knew. Okay, anyways, but yeah, so we're gonna have to help Do-hwan out and see what happens there. So this is where I'm going to end the episode. Thank you so much, Tater Tots, for joining me on a new one in our K-drama legacy. I had so much fun getting to spend time with Hyung-sik and getting to know him and just everything going on. We've got so much to come and I can't wait. It's gonna be so great. So if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me when you guys subscribe and catch up with my series. This is my creative outlet, and I am just having so much fun creating this whole K-drama series. It is just, oh my gosh, I get so excited for every single episode, and I hope you guys do too. So like I said, please subscribe if you do like the episodes. It just, it makes my whole day. It makes me smile, and please leave a comment. Let me know if you guys are liking the series. Let me know who your favorite characters are, what your thoughts are, and don't forget to hit that like button, and I will catch you next time. See ya!